off she goes down to the market and spend my money on God knows what. But meanwhile, where was I? Take 7 or 8 or 9, I don't know. But anyway, 3, 2, 1. Good afternoon, YouTubers, and we're now gathered with no sun, which is great because just now there was sun. So I thought, right, I'll scrap that take because it was all grey and gloomy, and I'll do a take with the sun out. And then while the sun was out and I was doing the take, I described the engine as a Toyota engine, and then once I got to the end, I looked at it again. I thought, you cleg nut, it's a bleeding Isuzu, isn't it? So that all went down a pan. So I'm gonna start again now. Good afternoon, YouTubers. So after a few requests for me to dig out the beast, I have dug out the beast, and here it is. So let's just fill you in on what this thing actually is. It is a 1963 Ford Fairlane 500 V8. The 500 bit is supposed to relate to the amount of distance in feet from the engine shop to the assembly whatever. And Fairlane was the street address from Henry Ford. Meanwhile, this one, as you can see, has had a bit of tampering. So inside here now, we've got a 4JH1 Isuzu, which I called a Toyota on the last take. God knows what's going on there. But anyway, it is an Isuzu, 2.8 litre diesel. But all this pipework here is all handmade. There's a mother of all intercoolers under there, and loads of overspray just here, because I ran out of masking tape. But we'll have to get the thinners out later. Over this side, we've got the mother of all turbos. That's a HX35, reputedly from a JCB. Sadly, at the moment, I'm not getting any boost. I don't know what's going on, but I'm getting like max 10 psi boost out of it, which is not wrong, because which is not right, because it should be putting out over 60 odd. When it was in the last engine, I was having trouble trying to control the boost on it. There was so much, it was blowing all the oil past the rings, and that's why the previous engine went bang. I literally blew all the oil out of it. I just couldn't keep up with the amount of oil it was blowing out while we were driving up from Pattaya. Well, we were clocked by some Thai guys in a telecom van. They're doing 220 kilometers an hour. Well, that's quite a high speed in old money. These here are rims. They wouldn't be my first choice, but it is what it is. And although that's a 7-inch wide rim, and the sticker on the rim confirms that, that bad boy measures 11.5 inches. Somebody's done some wonderful welding work on that to get that like that. And those drilled and dimpled discs there, that's Skyline, which I brought over in a laptop bag. And I've added a panhard rod made out of bits of Toyota and some electrical conduit. And the transmission and the rear axle. Took me 4 years to find this out. I just couldn't find out what they were. Nobody could. But in the end I stumbled across, when I was doing the clutch on it, the clutch had Nismo. Well, it was Nismo clutch, so I thought, I wonder if it's Nissan related. So I started Googling up issues. I started glue. Oh God. I started looking at pictures on the interweb of Skyline gearboxes, and lo and behold, it's all Skyline. which would account for its absolute kick-ass performance. Or what was kick-ass. These rear lights here, I imported the lenses from America, and their Galaxy, 1966 Galaxy, because they got these massive lenses in the middle here, which I've converted into indicators, and I had to cut the edge off of that lens there with a Dremel, and then use the piece I cut off to rebuild the reflector around the outside. I gave myself a double pat on the back for that. This here badge I had to hand paint. It's in a hell of a mess now because the sun's been blasting down on it. But it was quite good at the time. Interior wise, somebody spent a lot of money on this at one time. Nice bit of hand stitching on the dash there. Nice seat covers. They are faded quite a lot now, but then everything does here. And the headlining's got a bit grubby. But it's still a very tidy example, and it's the only example in Thailand. Well, I've seen another one, but somebody's done the let's make it look new and cut all this dashboard out. They've cut all that out, look at it. They have cut all that out and put a Toyota Corolla dashboard in it. Right hand drive. I took the aircon switch apart and I've built it into the original switchgear. The radio's just the aircon is like ice. Wonderful stuff. And the steering had gone rock solid on it. Absolutely awful. I was led underneath it 3 hours this afternoon trying to work that out, and we did work it out. What I did was I adjusted the steering column because I could see the steering column could come up and down. So I adjusted it in a bit so that I didn't have to sit like a bloody learner woman with me chin on top of the steering wheel. I adjusted it down, and when I did that, it pushed all the linkages out of alignment downstairs and it wouldn't work anymore. So we've put it back as it was. And that, I suppose, really sums up the work for today. Just got sidetracked at the sky. Just looked up there. That, to me, people, looks like we're not all that far away from it peeing down. I've got a feeling I'm going to be around the back tomorrow finishing off the roof. So with that, I will say cheerio now. Catch you all later on.